Let's worry about the other things after. Let's get them all here, and let's get more cyberback so we can take care of their families too.
How are you?
I'm doing great, boss.
If we rewind here, you and I had a great interview when you first got hired. Said a growth, and you were saying, "Yeah, I want to hire people, maybe hire people, work in career." You remember that?
Yep, I remember, boss.
Don't worry, Belle's not paying attention, so I won't tell her. But what do you think? You wish I would have put you in career?
Nah, cause
Nah?
I don't know. Right now, I'm doing great with the job. I feel great. I don't look
You
great,
look
but I
great.
really. There you go. I was gonna say, but I feel great. Going, interacting with clients and the support that the team gives me, made me, where I am. Or technically, the numbers speak for themselves. Just a
Yeah.
little.
So for other people, they don't know what numbers we're talking about. What numbers are we talking about that speak for themselves?
The number of signups that
Yeah?
I got.
How many this month? How'd you do?
For this month, I'm running 25.
Great
Before this
job.
month. But yeah,
Before this month. Now this month, it's like, okay, it's a new norm. So, all
everyone
right.
is more than ever.
Well, this is just great teamwork. This is great on a lot of different levels. So you become who you surround yourself with, and regardless, I mean, it's just happening. So, Paul, so some digging in, questions people are dying to know. Before coming to Cyberbacker, have you worked online before?
No, this is my first online job. Very first.
Really?
I've been working in the call center industry for the longest time, seven or 8 years, give or take. But I know how to do well on the phones. I know a little bit how to speak the language, but that's what I brought to the table. And then you gave me a shot in the GOAT team. Thank you.
Yeah, well, hey, man, I got to tell you, I'm proud of you. You and I even had a fun conversation back when I was there for Christmas, and you just said, everyone's name, stuff like that. And I just said, I just care about them. And by the way, I care about you. I know what you're doing. I know your background. I'm massively proud of you. And you deserve it. You've earned it. So great job. So what attracted you to wanting to work online?
First, again, I was hired before COVID happened. This was way back November. I just wanted to be with the family more. Because I know if you're set up at home, this is gonna be your job. No traffic. I mean, I can get ready by 30 minutes, right? And I have spare time to eat. Watch a couple of videos, play around with my kids. That's the thing. That's the dream job. To be honest, that's a dream.
And it's very basic, and yet at the same time, I think people don't realize all over the world a lot of the sacrifices you have to make when you work in the call center industry.
Yeah, you're correct. Again, there's overtime. So although every job has it, but
OTTY.
somewhat. But being what I love the best, especially in the holidays when you talked about it. I don't celebrate it, but when you talk with all the cyberbackers, telling them that let's get him back, guys. Let's get him back at home, spend Christmas or the New Year's, because you don't require them. Right? We even reach out to the clients. I reach out to a lot of clients asking if ever you could give the cyberbacker the day off at that day. But that's even said on the videos that you sent out. That's what I love about you, boss. You're a people person.
Well, I don't know about that. I just think that we're all, you know what, Paul, if I had to tell you, I'm no better or worse than anybody else. And I think you're a pure example of this. I've just spent more time developing different abilities. I've spent years talking about business with people. No different than you've spent time going from not having a sales background to being a top salesperson. And you developed it really, really quickly. And you surrounded yourself with people by doing that. I think one of the secrets to success is whatever you spend the most time on, by nature, you get better at. Correct?
Yes, boss.
So, yeah.
With practice, with a lot of
with practice. Yeah, with a lot of mistakes.
A lot of mistakes too. Yep.
Well, no one gets it right the first time. So what are some of the goals you hope to accomplish by working here at Cyberbacker?
For the goals, of course, first and foremost, I want to earn, to make a living for my family, not just getting by, because that was it before. In the call center industry, I just get by. I get, payments for the house, for the rent, for the internet, for everything. And now I have 2 kids, and it's a different ball game. So
Mm.
getting them in line, and like what you're doing here at the company, taking care of everyone that's in my sphere. The again, the help that I have, because the missus and 2 other people helping me out with the kids. So taking care of them so I can take care of my job here at Cyberbacker. So that's my main goal.
Awesome. 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 What do you like most about working as a growth backer?
Yeah, good question. Knowing that when I get a client to sign up, I get the company more revenue. That's one thing. I would be able to help a person once they are paired with that client to have job stability, helping them out. And of course, having a little bit of cash for the commission for the missus, for
Yeah.
shopping, but online shopping.
Online shopping due to COVID. Paul, I got to tell you, and I love that you said more revenue for the company. I don't think a lot of people realize that we're a profit share company. And even though, like, you look at the month you guys had, what you guys brought to the table, this would be our biggest profit share month back to our associates in the history of the company. And Paul, you got to feel good to know that when we start to see these profit share checks go out, we'll close the books here later today. We'll get profit share out to people that they're going to have more profit share than they've ever had before this month. And that you were one of the biggest factors of that. That's got to feel good.
Just a part of it, boss. But yeah.
I love your humility, by the way, Paul. I love your humility. So we kind of mentioned it before, but does being a growth backer pay good income?
Yeah. I've worked, right? I've worked in the call center industry, like I mentioned, for somewhat years. I have never, for those people who's watching, I've never earned this much, even if I compare it here in the Philippines on the holiday season, and that's between December and January, which it completes or compiles on holiday pay.
Yeah.
OTs, if you're going to go on OTs, because I usually go at least one on December the 25th or the 1st of January. And in addition, your 13th month pay. It doesn't cover everything. It's more than that.
Oh, I've never heard it put in those perspectives. So, and it's like that consistently.
Consistently, yes.
And after this month, if you have this month every month, it's like, hey, I'm wealthy.
I didn't even know that someone could earn this much online.
Yeah.
Not in all.
Well, Paul, if we're being honest, I've looked at all sorts of different models. I don't think anyone has. And because if you look at right now, most of these companies, they're interested in taking care of the client, who means the American, the person in Canada, the Australian, that's their client. I think one of the biggest things that people forget is about Cyberbacker. Our client is our Cyberbacker. It's the person who works for that client. Their client is the person they serve. Our client is that Cyberbacker. So,
we take care of our own. That's where the name derives from. We got each other's back. So.
Absolutely, man. I love that. So, how does working as a growth backer give you personal fulfillment?
On my team, knowing that the growth team has my back and you as our boss, as the pillar, mentoring us, not just on the work aspects. Other than the pay is great. It's just the icing on top, to be honest, because I'm already at home. I'm happy. But you being someone who's taking care of everyone, again, for the people who's watching, Craig here even has workout sessions in the morning. He invited us. I didn't come. He takes care of your well-being. I mean, allows us to have meetings just to read a book that they love, that they would know that help you grow. The last book that we read was 10X, and it really did help a lot. Especially, that was COVID. That was the part when COVID hit. And one of the great aspects that I got from there is let's go ahead and find more customers. Let's worry about the other things after. Let's get them all here, and let's get more Cyberback so we can take care of their families too.
Yeah, I think people missed the opportunities of COVID. They saw the bad stuff with it and people getting sick and all that, which is really sad. Yet they missed that COVID was the great equalizer, because everyone who's assistant who worked from home, it didn't matter if I was at home or I was in the Philippines, everybody was a virtual assistant. Everyone was. The only problem is the whole virtual assistant name, it's been tarnished. When people hear that, they think of scam. I mean, you even said in the beginning, you were hesitant to work online. And I mean, if we're just looking at the industry as a whole, it is riddled with scams. I mean, there's probably a time when you went ahead and said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and work here and hope I get paid, you know?
Crossing your fingers.
Yeah, crossing your fingers. And I mean, when you do your research, like, okay, Cyberbacker's legit, and I mean, things work, but still at the same time, it makes you nervous, you know? So anyway, Paul, what advice would you give to people who are considering going ahead and working online?
Working online, take a leap of faith first. That's the first thing. Leap of faith, try to trust your instincts, and work with the best of your abilities.